Max Lasky back with you here on KNDY FM 95.5 as we're going to keep our broadcast rolling here. Our next contest coming up, it's going to be the Axtell boys, 22-1, 2-seed here out at Colby versus 7-seeded Central Christian at 13-10. Axtell in their third straight trip out here to state. They have a third-place finish. Head coach Jason Tynan's team looking for a better finish with there. Meanwhile, this is the first time Central Christian's been at state since 2017. That last trip ended a run of 5 straight years before the Cougars. So it's been a while, unfamiliar territory. Probably at that time, state obviously wasn't out here at Colby. I give a big shout-out, too, as well, if you ever make your way out here to the Colby Event Center. Absolutely beautiful facility, only 3 years old, second straight time that they've been able to host a championship appearance. Of course, last year the Frankfort girls brought home their first state championship in school history here out at Colby. But excellent facilities, great hospitality. We know it's a little bit of a drive out here. Everything's running so smoothly. I don't know if we're going to want to leave. Again, if you're looking for more basketball action over on our sister station, AM 1570, FM at 94.1, at last check, the Frankfort boys were in overtime against Central Plains. That is the 5th-seeded Frankfort boys, 4th-seeded Central Plains. We go into overtime. Knotted up at 44, but in OT it looks like it's been all Central Plains. Score update courtesy of the TVL Sports Spotlight. Jeff Worth, give him a like on Facebook. Brody Kreitz with 22 in the game as Central Plains now leads by 10 in overtime out at Dodge City. It's been a heck of a year for head coach Adam Schreiner and his Wildcats, but it might look like their story comes to an end out there at Dodge City. But swing on over to catch the end of that one. Of course, if you're just tuning in looking for the Axtell game, we'll have it here in just a little bit as that game's set and ready to tip off here in about 25 minutes. In the game before us, it was Hanover falling 62-57 to El Raya Christian. Wildcats led at halftime 31, had it tied at 57 in the final 30 seconds or so, but it was a bank-in 3 from super senior Ty Romero, who finished in the game with 26 points and finished the game off on his own little 5-0 run as he finished off that bank 3 with a steal and a dunk at the defensive end as the Eagles punched their ticket to second-round action versus defending champ Cunningham. Going to give you a quick peek at the bracket on the girls' side, too, as well. We'll have coverage of the girls' bracket starting tomorrow at 2 p.m. We're going to start with 8-seeded Lynn and 5th-seeded Attica. Lynn comes away with a 51-39 upset victory over top-seeded South Haven in first-round action. Lynn, this is their first trip to state since 2008, and they come away with a win. A big congrats, head coach Trevor Kuhlman's squad out there. That game again at 2 o'clock. We'll have it live on FM 95.5. And coming up later that night, it's going to be Hanover and Lebo, a rematch of the last 2 state championship games. But this one's going to be in semifinal action. The 3-seeded Hanover Lady Wildcats took care of 6-seeded Wallace County 64-49 the other night, while 2-seeded Lebo blew past 7-seeded Hodgman County 44-24. The combined record of those two teams in a semifinal action game now is going to be 42-4 as both teams come in 2 losses on the season. And again, back-to-back years they have met in a state championship game, but this year it'll be a right to go to a state championship contest. Of course, those girls' action will start on Friday, 2 o'clock with the Lynn girls, and 6 o'clock with the Hanover girls. Meanwhile, with Hanover falling moments ago to El Raya Christian, we're going to have to wait to see if the Axtell boys can come away with a victory here against Central Christian. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back after this word from our sponsor.
Warm weather is on the way, and it's time for spring cleaning. Cut down on clutter by signing up for paperless billing with Blue Valley Technologies. Tired of mail delays? No need to worry, with monthly invoices being sent directly to your email. Sign up before April 30th for paperless billing by changing your account settings online at bluevalley.net or call our office at 877-876-1228 and receive a one-time $20 bill credit.
Since 1976, Olmsted Real Estate and Auctions has been your farm and home marketing team. Let the experienced family team of Tom and Rob Olmsted and brother-in-law Tom Kirkland guide you when buying or selling a home or farmland. Delivering timely, honest, and professional guidance, visit olmstedrealestate.com to view current listings and auctions. Your farm and home marketing team is Olmsted Real Estate and Auctions.
Sold 300. That's buyer 5-2.
Earning a degree is easy with Highland Community College. Highland offers multiple locations and technical training across Northeast Kansas. Can't make it to campus? No problem with Highland's online classes. Live out of state? Pay one low rate of $126 per credit hour. Enrollment is open now, so visit us at highlandcc.edu. Highland Community College. Close to home, far from debt.
Cattle sales Thursdays at Marysville Livestock Incorporated. For upcoming consignment listings, go online to marysvillelivestock.com or call the sale barn if you're listing early consignments. Contact sale barn manager Jim Dollinghouse or any of their fieldmen. Marysville Livestock Incorporated, featuring cattle sales on Thursdays. For additional information and early consignments, go online to marysvillelivestock.com.
Tough Midwest lawns need tough American-made mowing equipment. This year, ride with the best on a new Hustler mower from Blue Valley Trailers in Waterville. Hustler provides top-of-the-line cutting performance while also offering first-in-class comfortable designs. With a full line of residential and commercial zero-turn options, Blue Valley Trailers can have you on a new Hustler in no time or service the one you have. See what options are available at bluevalleytrailers.com or stop by the showroom on the east side of Waterville. Hustler mowers work as hard as you. Find the right model today at Blue Valley Trailers.
Landall Company in Marysville is now hiring for various positions. Excellent pay, growth potential, and outstanding benefits that include annual wage reviews, incentive bonus with 60% of profits given back to employees, attendance bonus, comprehensive insurance plan with $500 deductible, paid time off, paid holidays, 401k, and much more. Apply online at landall.com or phone 785-562-5381. EEO Vets and Disability, welcome.
Dr. Brittany here with Marysville Dental Care, where your family's health is our top priority. Dr. Zach, our team, and I are the family dental home you've always been looking for.
Our comprehensive dental care is designed to serve all of your dental needs. Whether it's a routine cleaning, braces, or cosmetic work, we provide the highest quality of care with a comfortable experience. Visit our office across from the Marysville Courthouse or go to marysvilledentalcare.com to schedule a visit.
Have the smile you've always wanted with our team by your side.
Axtell Truss has the experience to provide custom-built trusses for any application. Put them to work with your next project. Let them help design the right pitch, length, and number of trusses to suit your needs. They can turn out more complicated designs and configurations as well. All are solidly built in their enclosed shop with roll-off delivery to your site available. They also assure the best materials and quality construction, completed on your schedule. Call today for a quote or more information at 785-736-2291. That's Axtell Truss.
Max Blaskidak with you here on KNDY FM 95.5, streaming online at kndyradio.com, and, of course, in our free KNDY mobile app. A big thank you to our Hanover sponsors that brought you the broadcast beforehand: Hanover Hospital, Andy's Hardware and Lumber, Citizen State Bank branches, Goog's Bar and Grill, Hanover Electric, Sapp Brothers Petroleum, Freeman Farmers Mutual Insurance, Main Street Market, Midwest Products, Bruna Implement, Ricky's Cafe, the Blue Valley Insurance Agencies, Hanover Housing, Inline Construction, B&W Electric, and Duas Automotive, as well as our state sponsors, bringing you all the games across our family of networks here today. Marysville Dental Care, Landall Company, Blue Valley Trailers, Marysville Livestock Association, Highland Community College, Rob Olmsted and Olmsted Real Estate, and Blue Valley Technologies. Well, the Hanover season, boys, ends for them, 62-57 against Elmira Christian. And if you didn't tune over to Frankfort, they fall in overtime, 54-44. Our big appreciation for Weston Oldie going out there to Dodge City, making that broadcast possible. He don't know. He might have himself a second job. Now we turn our attention to our second game of the evening. It is the Axtell boys, the 2 seed in this tournament, versus the Hutch Central Christian Cougars. They come in to this contest, the 7 seed, if memory serves off correct. Hutch Central Christian comes in 13-10 on the year. They are led this year by a balanced offense this season. Pearson Huff, the 6-foot junior, leads the way at 11 points per game, pitching in also 4.5 rebounds and 2.5 steals per contest. Meanwhile, Brody Frazee, a 6-foot senior guard, pitches in 10 points and 4 rebounds. And Jaden Linshield, the down low, the 6'2 senior, gets 7 points and 7.5 rebounds per game. They have 5 players that average between 4 and 6 points per game, with one of them just returning from a broken nose surgery early on in the year. Central Christian comes in again to this contest 13-10. They score 45 points per game and only allow 44. And you wonder, with this bracket, you know, the way Keisha did everything, it was about getting the best teams to state that they can. And you go, well, Max, that's 13-10. You complain about 500 teams all season getting into the tournament, but this might be one of the hottest teams coming into the state tournament. They went into their own sub-state starting back on February 25th as the 9 seed. They entered 10-10, right at a 500. So you think, oh, they're not going to get past much. Well, they get past first round action. Otis Bison, 8 seed, 58-49, a very dominating win in that one. Then they take on top-seeded Weston, a top 10 team in the state of Kansas. Final coaches polls on the year. They don't only beat the top seed in that sub-state, they run past them by 16 points, 63-47. And then in the championship game, they take out 5th seeded Wallace County, 46-31. Their average margin of victory for Hutch Central Christian in their sub-state run was 14 points. So I say probably one of the hottest teams coming in the state, maybe besides the Axtell Eagles, who we will get into here in just a little bit. And Central Christian comes in 13-10, the 7th seed in this tournament. This is their first trip to state since 2017, and that trip ended a year of 5 straight trips for the Cougars at a state run. We're about 15 minutes away here from tip-off. We're going to take our first listen in for our Axtell sponsors here. A big thank you to the Eagles sponsors all season long, not only here in basketball season, but a great football run too as well. Axtell Trust, Axtell and Hometown Lumber, SBS Insurance of Seneca, B&D Building. Brad Brockstrom sitting across the court over there as his girls had a heck of a run at it. Axtell Car Wash, Little Joe's Service, Moonlight Restoration, Western National Bank, Eagle HVAC and Plumbing, Butzing Construction, and Aces Cafe. And we're about 15 minutes away from tip-off here between Axtell and Central Christian. We'll take our first 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll take a look at how the Eagle season has gone in a dominating TBL fashion.
As the weather turns warm, it may be time to breathe new life into your outdoor space. Visit Hometown Lumber in Marysville or Axtell Lumber today to browse their wide selection of premium lawn fertilizers and insect repellents, grass seed, potting soil, and lawn tools to make the job easier. All the gardening essentials for whether you're a seasoned green thumb or a budding enthusiast, Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber have what you need to grow something beautiful this year.
If your vehicle is looking like it just went through a money rally race, or perhaps it's been target practice for the neighborhood bird gang, then you need to get your car washed today at the Axtell Car Wash. The Axtell Car Wash has 2 enclosed self-service bays, even one size for semi-tractors. Just pull in, pay with your bank card, and wash all the dirt, mud, bugs, and bird stuff off your vehicles. You don't have to drive far to get a clean car. Just visit the Axtell Car Wash, proud supporter of the Axtell Eagles.
The answer is yes, SBS.
At SBS Insurance, we believe in service beyond the sale. We are fortunate to have multiple competitive companies to quote your personal, farm, business, and life insurance needs. By taking advantage of our annual renewal review, you can rest assured that you have the right coverage for the most competitive rate. Contact your local SBS office today to see how we can provide you service beyond the sale.
SBS Insurance, the home team. The answer is yes.
B&D Buildings of Axtell specializes in post-frame buildings. Give them a call for stud-frame buildings with complete concrete and electrical work included. It's one call to get the job done. B&D Buildings, specializing in post-frame building construction, plus repairs and more. Always free estimates. Give them a call. B&D Buildings of Axtell, 785-294-0147. B&D Buildings at 785-294-0147.
And we are back here from Colby Event Center. A reminder that all season long, if you want to listen back to any of our KNDY broadcasts, you can go over to KNDYradio.com underneath the podcast tab and check the KNDY Sports Rewind tab, whether it is from a state run last year for the Axtell Eagles, maybe their football run in 4 straight championships, maybe it's just last week's Pescott Sub-State matchup. Go on over, listen to all the great coverage, not only from myself, but also Bruce Dierkin as he had the call for the Marysville Bulldogs all season long over at KNDYradio.com podcast tab. Check out that, as well as the TBL Rundown, hosted by myself and Jeff Wirtz of the TBL Sports Spotlight. You can check the TBL Rundown every Thursday during the 7, noon, and 5 o'clock hours, right about 20 after the hour each day, as Jeff and myself will chat everything Twin Valley League until the end of spring season. Of course, I'm sure we'll have a state recap when we come back with it next Thursday. You can tune into the full version online under podcast tab at KNDYradio.com. A little more edited, clean version, I guess, on air on KNDY FM 95.5 and on AM 1570 FM at 94.1. Again, KNDY has been your leader in local sports coverage all season long and not just during the postseason. We turn our attention now to the Axtell Eagles as they get ready to make a run at a state title. Axtell comes in after a third-place finish last year at a state. They fell into I don't want to even call it a trap game in semifinal round action against Lebo. They lost that one 54-38. And talking to everyone, they will admit that they wanted another crack at Lebo. They might get their opportunity here as this tournament goes along, and they might get it coming up Friday if the Wolves are to win. But in that game, Axtell didn't play like themselves. They only shot 27% from the field and just all over the court didn't play a solid ball game. As we look at their state run last year, they were led by Eli Broxterman with 20 points per game. He averaged 4.5 made threes on the contest. And looking at the state records, that was actually third all-time in most threes made at a state run. Eli hit 14 of them in 3 games. The record is 17. So let's see if Eli wants to match or even break his own record here this year. As, of course, he is the three-point shooter for the Axtell Eagles. But last year at state, names such as Brandon Schmelsley, he averaged 11.3 points per game. Colin Chauncey punched in 9 points per game. And again, in every game besides that Lebo contest that Axtell and head coach Jason Tyne and assistant coach James Chauncey mentions, they did not play their best in. They shot 40% in every game besides that one, where they shot 27%. Now we change our attention to this season, and it's darn near the same exact team that's back for the Eagles. The one, I don't even want to say addition. It's just going to be a better play this year from Logan Sandman, one of the most improved players in the Twin Valley League. I'm not going to go state of Kansas quite yet, but I would say that 1 or 2 top most improved players in the state of Kansas. The 6'4" sophomore down low comes into this season averaging 12.7 points per game while also pitching in 8 rebounds and picking up 2 blocks per game as well. Sandman brings the inside presence that Axtell lacked last year, while Axtell, of course, still brings back the scoring threats of Eli Brockstrom at 13 points per game, Brandon Schmelsley at 11.5. And how often do you hear this? I know we've said it all season, but the leading scorer of the Axtell Eagles, Colin Shaughnessy, coming off the bench for head coach Jason Tynan's squad, he leads this team at 14.8 points per game. This Axtell team, of course, likes to get up and down the floor. They average 65 points per game. They average 6 threes made per game while they fire it up 18 times per contest. And we mentioned Brockstrom and his record out at state last year. He leads this team at 19 threes attempted, making 3 of them, shooting 34% on the season. Down low, assist leader on the year, it's Brandon Schmelsley at 2.5 assists per game. He leads the squad from down low at his power forward position. He also punches in 6 rebounds, which is second on the team, and before mentioned 11.6 points per game, which is 4th on the squad. This is also one of the most physical teams that I think I've seen in a lot of years in the Twin Valley League, known for its physicality. But Axtell jumps out on its opponents, on average leading 17-9 after first quarter action. They continue that through the final 3 stanzas, as for the 3rd year in a row, head coach Jason Tynan's squad is only allowing 44 points per game. And I mentioned before we took the time out that Central Christian might be the hottest team coming into this tournament. Well, if they're the hottest, then second hottest has to be the Axtell Eagles. They are 21-1. Their last loss coming back on December 30th to Auburn and Nebraska. So Axtell is undefeated in Kansas play. I guess if you're looking at records too, Mac's going to have to swallow his words. Cunningham comes in 24-0. But saw them playing earlier, of course, just first-round action. They did not look near as dominant under super senior Braden Alvers as they did last season. So Axtell, of course, the size, the speed, and the athleticism, everyone knows about the Eagles' trips to state in football as they've won 4 straight. But this will be the Axtell's probably best chance in many years to pick up their 2nd state basketball championship in school history. They won it back in 2013. This is their 12th trip overall to state, the 5th under head coach Jason Tynan, now in his 10th year at helm for the Axtell boys. And one last comment about Axtell. Of course, we mentioned it during the TVL tournament. They were TVL tournament champions for the 2nd straight year, but this was the first year in the since the inception of the Twin Valley League that Axtell boys won the Twin Valley League. They won the last regular season title for the old Nemaha Valley League, and now they've won their first Twin Valley League title earlier this year as they went undefeated in league play. We're about 4 minutes away here from tip-off. We're going to take our final time out of pregame. When we come back, we'll get you starting lineup and get you set for an Eagles-Cougars matchup here in round 1 of the Class 1A Division II bracket, live from Colby, Kansas.
If your car says, I need fixed, call on Little Joe's Service in Axtell to fix it right. From routine maintenance to repairs of all types, Joe can serve your needs. Fast, friendly, and down-to-earth service with satisfied customers from all over the area. Turn to Little Joe's 66th Service in Axtell for any automotive repair needs. Proud supporters of the Axtell community, it's Little Joe's Service.
Have an accident with your vehicle? Call Moonlight Restoration and they'll take care of you with a free estimate, and they'll turn it into the insurance company for you. You name it, they can do it. Fender benders, auto and tractor restoration, windshield repair or replacement, sandblasting, no job is too large or too small for Moonlight Restoration. If you want quality work done by skilled technicians, call Moonlight Restoration in Axtell, Kansas. Owned and operated by Brett and Nikki Runnebaum. Call 736-2359.
Western National Bank in Summerfield wants you to feel good about where you are with your money. Available when you need them and offering online and personal services, Western National Bank will make sure to keep you and your money happy. Call Western National Bank at 244-6211 to make your money smile. Member FDIC.
If you have plumbing, electrical, heating, or air conditioning service needs, call on the team at Eagle HVAC and Plumbing. Tyler and the crew can handle any project from backups, lights out, or heating and air conditioning service. With quick, friendly service to Axtell and all surrounding communities on both new and existing construction. Eagle HVAC also stocks a full line of name brand appliances, and they offer excavation work as well. Turn to Eagle HVAC and Plumbing of Axtell. Find them on Facebook.
Good luck, good luck.
When agricultural conservation work is needed on your farm, call Barry Bussing with Bussing Construction in Axtell, offering dozer services on terrace and waterways. Improve the value and resourcefulness of your farmland. Contact Barry Bussing today at 785-799-5205 for conservation work that'll build better practices for the future. That's Bussing Construction of Axtell, 785-799-5205.
Again, a big thank you to our Axtell sponsors bringing you tonight's broadcast. It's without their support that we want to be able to bring you such a great coverage here from Colby, Kansas. So always support the businesses that you hear during our broadcast, and always, not only during the Christmas season, but shop local, keep it local. Dollars spent inside your community goes farther than one that goes outside. It's game time now between Axtell and Central Christian. Again, a quick rundown how both these teams got here. Central Christian comes into the contest 13-10, maybe one of the hottest teams in sub-state action, as they came in the 9 seed of their sub-state, took out 8-seeded Otis Bison, 1-seeded Weskin, and 5th-seeded Wallace County. The Cougars average 45 points per contest and only allow 44 on the season, which is pretty good. But we'll see if this suffocating Axtell defense will allow the Cougars to get over 50 in this contest. Of course, we got a little bit longer introduction for both of these teams. Central Christian, of course, located there in Hutchinson, had the big drive out. Axtell, another good drive, looking for another repeat, actually a better performance than last year at state, coming off a third-place finish last year, a fourth-place finish 2 years ago under head coach Jason Tynan. They come in winners of 19 straight games. They took out Lynn in second-round semifinal action of sub-state action 64-41, and then took care of St. John's Tipton sub-state championship game 76-58. That was a rematch of last year's first-round games of state, a tournament in which Axtell took out St. John's Tipton in the first round. Then they lost to Lebo, but came back with a dominating 8-point victory over Dighton in the third-place contest. Axtell, again, 19 straight wins. They're looking for their second title in school history. Their first ever was won back in 2013. This is their fifth trip to state since that 2013 title. And they're led by the balanced offensive attack of Colin Shaughnessy, Eli Brocksterman, Brandon Schmelsley, and Logan Sandman. Sandman, of course, comes in a top 20 player in the state of Kansas in blocks and top 60 in rebounds here on the season. Starting lineups being announced, so we'll go ahead and get you here for them too. We're going to start with Central Christian as they start a offensive team that is very balanced in scoring, led in scoring by Pearson Huff, the 6'1 junior, kind of plays a little bit down low. He will start with a combination down low of Jaden Linshield, the 6'2 senior, who averages on this season 7 points per contest and 7.5 rebounds. Other three starters for the Central Christian Cougars is going to be Brody Frazee, the 6' senior, Ryan Kuhlman, the 5'8 senior, and Keaton Miller, the 5'9 senior. In Central Christian, under head coach John Walker, will start Pearson Huff, Brody Frazee, Ryan Kuhlman, Keaton Miller, and Jaden Linshield. Now for the Axtell boys, a very familiar starting lineup as we've seen all season. Head coach Jason Tynan hasn't wavered from it this year, as again about 90% of last year's points, rebounds, and scores were back off of last year's third-place finish, and it might be even higher than that. Out top, it's one of the best guard duos in the Twin Valley League. Wyatt Detweiler, the 5'9 sophomore, and Landon Schmitz, the 5'10 junior. They don't fill up the stat sheets too much, as Detweiler and Schmitz both average right at 5 points per game, but they do all the other dirty work for head coach Jason Tynan. At the small forward position, it's going to be Eli Brocksterman, the 6-foot senior, who, again, last year hit 14 threes in the state tournament. That's third all-time in Acacia school history. Down low, the pairing of Brandon Schmelsley, the 6'2 senior, and Logan Sandman, probably my most improved player in the Twin Valley League this season. The 6'4 sophomore rounds out the starting five for Jason Tynan. Now in his 10th year at the helm, 137 and 95, seeking the most wins in school history. If Axtell gets the win here tonight, they will tie the school record with 23 wins, which was set last year when Axtell finished 23-3. Again, starting lineup for the Eagles: Wyatt Detweiler, Landon Smith, Eli Brocksterman, Brandon Schmelsley, and Logan Sandman. Axtell being the higher seed, number 2 here in this tournament. They will be in their home white, blue numbers front and back with blue Axtell accented across the chest, a red stripe down both sides, blue stripe on the other side of them. Central Christian, they will be in their road blacks. They will have a green touch across their chest with green numbers front and back with white outlines on both, 2 green stripes down the side. Actually, instead of Hutch, it'll say Central across their chest. We're rocking and rolling here for game number 3 from Colby, Kansas. A great crowd of Axtell faithful ended up making the trip all the way out here, and for good reason. In the jump circle, it will be Salmon. It will be Linshield. Off and rolling here from Colby. First tip lead. Yeah, there you go. That jump ball there, as Linshield got that one a lot earlier than Salmon was able to find his position for. And I think, we're just going to do it again. So let's pump up the crowd here again. Linshield jumping again here. Going to keep you down there, young man. Up and down, and it will be Central that pulls down the first possession. Central Christian will work it right to left as we see it. And sitting here on the north side of Media Row here from Colby, Kansas. First 3 of the night is a miss from Pearson Huff, leading scorer on this team. And just like that, Axtell shows their speed, takes them a whopping 26 seconds to get their first bucket of this game, and they're up 2-0. Of course, full court man-to-man pressure, getting close to a 10-second call, and Central Christian has to take a timeout to save a possession. We're going to keep it right here in the first 7:25 of this first period. Axtell already showing why they ran away with the Twin Valley League this year. Good defense on the defensive side on the first missed 3 from Pearson up, and then quickly the other way for Axtell with the 2. That bucket was up and down by Wyatt Detweiler. Axtell dominated their way here to this state title run. 64-41 victory in semifinal action in the Prescott Substate over Lynn, then a 76-58 whopper of St. John's Tipton in championship action in that game. Axtell jumped out to a 20-8 lead and never looked back at the first quarter. They were faced by Logan Sandman with 19 points, who was perfect from the field in that contest. They got 19 from Logan, 17 from Colin Shaughnessy, 16 from Schmelsley, and 11 from Eli Brocksterman. Third shot here is off and the mark from Keaton Miller, as Central Christian got their own offensive rebound on a little floater inside from Pearson Huff, who's now an early 0 for 2 from the floor. Inside working it, Brandon Schmelsley. This is going to go off of Schmelsley, as Sandman working for a little high-low action there for Brandon. It's senior leadership by the Eagles, again led by seniors Eli Brocksterman and Brandon Schmelsley. Gavin Shaughnessy and Dalton Heinen on the bench. Here's a near steal by Landon Schmitz in the backcourt, but getting away with the ball will be Ryan Kuhman. Kuhman all the way to the line. No, that's going to be Brody Frazee, and a big block by Logan Sandman. He's good for 2 of those a game. Now 3 from Kuhman. That's off the mark. No good. Rebound ripped out of there by Sandman. 2-0 early on. Axtell in the lead. If you're just joining us, it was a nail-biter as Hanover fell to El Raya Christian 62-57 in the game before us. A pretty pass from Eli Brockstrom into Wyatt Detweiler. Detweiler averaging 5 points per game already with the first 4 here from Axtell. Cross-court skip pass. Now bounce pass inside. Bad one from Jane Linshield. And it will be a turnover. First one here for either squad. We're going to see 5 and 11 come off the bench for Hutch Central Christian. That's going to be Paul Barrett. Get this right here. Barnett, Barnett, a 5'11 sophomore. And number 11 into the contest. Pearson Huff back in there, Here's Huff right on cue, knocks down the triple for the Cougars. That's this lead down to 1 now for Axtell. Axtell faithful behind us, chatting for an Eagles to score. Of course, girls had a good run at the season under head coach Brad Brockstrom. Here's Eli with a triple. Knocked down 14 of those in the state tournament last year over at Great Bend. He starts out here early with a good one. Turnover forced by Landon Schmitz. Schmitz running with Shaughnessy, who just checked into the game for head coach Jason Tyne, and this pass is going to be knocked away, but it'll stay with Axtell. And Eagles will go about 6, maybe 7 deep. Might see Joe Liebarger out here in the back half of quarters, but mainly 6 players for Axtell, and again, a lot of experience out there for this Axtell boys squad. Smelsley looking to get downhill off the screen from Salmon. He hangs, he hits inside the lane for Brandon Smelsley. Axtell a perfect 4 for 4 from the floor to start this game. 9-3 lead against the pressure. A wild shot is going to be thrown up by Hal Barnett, as Eli Brockstrom picks up his first personal foul. First foul shot coming. Al Barnett going to the line, the 5'11 sophomore, his first opportunities from the line. Here in this one, misses the first one. We're going to be a sub off the bench. Number 12, Tucker Clark, who's wearing clear face mask there, coming off a broken nose earlier in the season. Clark, a 6'1 senior, in there for the Cougars. Second one is down for Barnett. Making the steps at only 5 for the Cougars. Schmitz right to the front of the rim and down. And Landon Schmitz and the Axtell Eagles, aggressive as always, here to start this first round contest. They are up 11-4 and perfect from the floor. 5 for 5 to start this contest. Defense hounding 3 ball with a hand in his face from Brody Frazee. Knocked down that triple, and it wasn't just any hand. It was Logan Sandman going 6'4 here for the Eagles. Knocked down that triple from the right wing. Screen and roll from Brockstrom. Sandman. Brockstrom keeps his dribble. Now up top. Shaughnessy a 3. Good-looking rotation and good-looking shot from Colin Shaughnessy. Can't be any hotter than this. 6 for 6 from the floor for Axtell as they've doubled up the Cougars 14-7. Shaughnessy pounding Barnett out top. Barnett gets it up to Huff. Huff now guarded man-to-man by Brockstrom. Looking for a little help. Little handoff action up top with Frazee. Frazee cross-court skip pass, tipped away but taken in by number 14. It just checked into the contest. Luke Eistig. Early first quarter action, 3:06 left to play here in this quarter. Winner goes on to face the winner of our next contest between Lebo and Dighton. Both those teams at the state tournament last year. Barnett drops down a mid-range jumper down to a 5-point lead. Schmelsley down Broadway, shot no good, but fouled. That's the only way that the Cougars are going to stop this Axtell offense here in this one. Pearson Huff picks up his first personal foul, and Brandon Schmelsley will go to the stripe. Of course, Brandon made a name for himself on the football field, a Division I KU commit, and excellent on the basketball court, too, as well. Again, mentioned leads this team in assists per game at just over 2.5, second on the team at 6 rebounds per game, while also pitching in 11.6 points from the floor. He's a 57% free throw shooter as Axtell has 4 players that go over 55% from the line on the season, and he knocks down the first personal one, does Schmelsley. Second one here from Brandon, knocks that one down. Axtell still perfect from the floor, 16-9 first period action. Cougars break this pressure, bounce pass left block, shot up and down off the top of the rim from Jaden Linshield. He got that one off of, or up over Logan Salmon, and probably the only one here for Central that can, as he goes 6-2 on the season. Foul inside will be called as Axtell attacks the front of the rim. See a foul called on Cal Barnett. I mentioned the threes earlier in my broadcast. Axtell puts up 18 of them, but a lot of them are in transition or off kickouts, offensive rebounds. They really want to get to the front of the rim. Here's the three, though, by Eli Brocksterman. He's a perfect 2 for 2 from behind the arc, as Axtell has yet to miss in this ball game. They're up 19-11 now. Detweiler pokes it away. Schmelsley at the other end almost throws it down. It goes off the back of the rim, but offensive board for the Eagles. Their first miss is a missed dunk, and it leads to a made three by Colin Shaughnessy. This Axtell Eagles team is out for blood here in Colby. They're up 22-11 here in this first quarter. Central breaks the pressure, met at the rim, and one, though, from Jaden Linshield, as Central not backing down from this fight, put up by the Eagles, as Colin Shaughnessy picks up his first foul of the game. I'm going to write that down, though. First miss of the night is a missed dunk by Brandon Schmelsley. Pretty good offensive early on for the Axtell Eagles. Linshield converts the old-fashioned three-point play. It's 22-14 here in this first quarter. 1:41 left to play until quarter break. Eagles already 4 for 4 from behind the arc. Looking for Shaughnessy, right wing. He gets the screen from Sandman. Thought about it, 3 now, kicks it. Schmelsley, now we're going to work inside. Logan, a lot of hands. Regains possession, kicks it out. Eli, another one. No, not that one. But inside, Logan gets it and puts it back. Logan Salmon, all 6'4" of him, barely has to jump off that one. But by golly, it is pretty nice when he does. Double-digit lead back for the Eagles. Left corner, Frazee fires up a contested 3. Shot no good. Broxterman pulls down the board. Final minute of this quarter coming up upon us. Detweiler, top side, swings the left wing to Eli. Eli kind of head fakes on a 3. There's Axtell 4 out, 1 in. Law pass into Salmon. Has this one poked away from behind. Good recovery there by Jane Linsfield. Leads to a little floater. Nope, at the other end, a kick out now for Central. Final 40 seconds of this quarter. Rocking and rolling from Colby. Broxterman takes it away from Linsfield out top as he was looking for help on the rotation. Shaughnessy all the way to the rim, up and under, no. Logan, no, but he's going to be fouled, and free throws now coming from Logan Sandman. Talking to his grandma down there at Tesket, I commented on Logan's much improvement here this year, and she looks at me and she goes, yeah, but he's still upset he can't hit free throws. Logan only 49% from the line. And I said, don't let one part of your game disrail you too bad. He's got a good-looking shot. Won't get the first one to go down, but can I keep your head up? Landon Schmitz will check in for Colin Shaughnessy. And we're going to see number 33 for Central Christian check back into the contest. Second one from Sandman. That's a miss. He goes 0 for 2 from the stripe. Full court pressure still applied here by the Eagles, leading by double digits. This ball's going to be poked away, and we will see the before-mentioned Joe Liebarger, 5'10" sophomore. And we're going to see Dalton Heinen do as well, checking into this contest here in this first quarter. And Gavin Shaughnessy. So I put down those 3 subs. We're going to see them all here in the first quarter. Give your starters a little bit of a breath. Near turnover forced by Wyatt Detweiler, but he'll stay on this left side of the court with the Cougars. Been all Axtell so far here in this first stanza, leading 24-14. Right block, kick out into the hands of Tucker Clark. Now top side, up looks the drive baseline, and we've got a foul up top called on Dalton Heinen as the senior picks up his first personal foul. Again, 4 seniors on this Axtell squad. Heinen and Gavin Shaughnessy come off the bench sparingly for head coach Jason Katinen's squad. Left corner inside, Tucker Clark. Shot no good. No, we're going to have a kick here with 6 seconds on the clock. High-scoring first quarter, 24-14. Final 6 seconds. Let's see if Central gets off a shot here. Looking for Huff's top side. He gets it. Step back over Detweiler from the lefty, front of the rim. No good. And that's how our quarter will end with a missed 3 from Pearson Huff. Going to our first quarter break, it's all Eagles, 24-14 at the end of our first 8 minutes. We'll be back after this word from our Axtell sponsor.
Either an after-the-game stop or a midweek lunch option, head over to Ace's Bar and Grill in Axtell. Serving up juicy burgers, fresh wraps, crisp salads, or stiff drinks made just the way you like them. Whether it's a quick lunch or a night out, Ace's is your go-to spot. Open for lunch Tuesday through Friday and suppers Wednesday through Saturday. Make Ace's Bar and Grill in Axtell the place for delicious eats, great drinks, and good times. Follow the Facebook page for daily specials and menu options.
Axtell Truss has the experience to provide custom-built trusses for any application. Put them to work with your next project. Let them help design the right pitch, length, and number of trusses to suit your needs. They can turn out more complicated designs and configurations as well. All are solidly built in their enclosed shop with roll-off delivery to your site available. They also assure the best materials and quality construction, completed on your schedule. Call today for a quote or more information at 785-736-2291. That's Axtell Truss.
Axtell Eagles with the double-digit lead as we start second quarter action here. Central Christian goes 5 for 12 from the floor, 42%, very respectable. But when Axtell goes 9 for 12, 75%, it's basically unconscious. 3 ball is missed, but offensive board put back for Brandon Schmelsley to start this second quarter. Leading scorer in that quarter was Eli Brocksterman and Colin Shaughnessy, both with 6 points. And while Schmelsley had 4, Wyatt Detweiler had 4, and 2 from Landon Schmitz. Unforced turnover here by Central Christian. We'll send it back over to Axtell. A reminder as we get this broadcast going that over on our sister station, AM 1570, FM 94.1, and of course streaming in the free KNDY app and online at KNDYradio.com. Bruce Dierking has the call from Bramlage Coliseum as the Valley Heights Lady Mustangs in the 2A bracket look to play upset over 2-seeded St. Mary's Colgan 21-2. We'll get you a score on that one just as soon as we can. Here in Colby, game number 2 of our broadcast feature here tonight. Again, if you're just joining us in the first contest, it was Hanover falling 62-57 to Elrya Christian. Hanover finishes the season 16-7. Elrya Christian senior and top player in the state of Kansas, Ty Romero, went off for 36 in first-round action. Brody Frazee drops down a triple. He's now got 6 off the Axtell turnover. This deficit down to single digits. Eli a deep 3. No, that's off the mark. No good. And he's now 2 for 5 from behind the arc. Again, averages 9 threes per game. Already well at that season average here in the second quarter. 9-point lead for Axtell. 6:20 left to play here in the second quarter. Good defense by Detweiler as he dives on the floor, forces it into the back court. Wyatt Detweiler, again, started off this game with the first 4 points, known for his defense out front. Top side, Frazee will get us going. Works the screen, left wing here in front of us. Pearson Huff will now set it up. Long possession here for the Cougars. Good defense by Axtell. Looking for a little giving up the free throw line. It's going to be free throw jumper from Cal Barnett. He's now got 5 points in this contest as Axtell needs a solid offensive possession here. Central goes into a 3-2 zone. Melsley kicks it out. Now top side, Detweiler back to Brandon at the elbow. Detweiler top side, fakes on a 3, little floater inside. No, good pass there from Eli Brockschman, but he misses the 7-footer, but he gets his own rebound back. Now Detweiler at 3. He got it! Wyatt Detweiler, perfect from the floor. He's got 7 points, 2 above his season average already as this lead back up to 10. 3 thought about by Keaton Miller in the left corner. Now he'll work it around the horn. Topside, good rotation, man-to-man defense here for Axtell early on, leading by 10. A little step through off the elbow. No, it'll be off of Axtell. No, off of Central Christian. Turnover. They're 6th in this contest. Sub here is Saul and Shaughnessy will check into the contest. Landon Schmitz will come out. Detweiler, Brockschman, Schmelsley, Sandman, and Shaughnessy out there now for the Eagles. And this is an Axtell team. With this win, will tie the school record in wins at 23 if they're able to hold on to this victory. Of course, they were a 3rd-place finisher last year, 4th-place finisher 2 years ago. Central Christian quickly the other way. Lefty 3 straight on is good by Pearson Huff. And let's see if the Cougars have weathered this early Axtell storm. It's down to a 7-point lead for the Eagles. 3-2 defense extending well outside the 3-point line now for the Cougars. Right corner, Shaughnessy. Top side, Eli. Eli looking to drive down Broadway. Now kicks it off to Brandon top side. Kind of a 3-out, 2-in set for Axtell. And Eli Brocksterman drains another one. He put up the 3 celebration before it was even down. Again, coming off 14 threes last year at a state tournament that was 3rd all-time in Acacia tournament. He's got 3 here early on. The answer at the other end, no, from Brody Frazee. And now a foul will be committed 80 feet away from the bucket. Who picks up that one? Number 14, Luke Eckstein. Yeah, we're going to go with that. Luke Eckstein picks up that personal foul. The 5'10" sophomore. Off the rotation, an open 3, Shaughnessy. No, bounces back. Detweiler on the offensive back. No, Logan Salmon, though, on the 3rd try. Puts it down for the Eagles. Persistence pays off there for Axtell. As the Eagles push this lead back up to a dozen. Man-to-man defense, Detweiler hounding Huff out top. Going to run a little weave action up top from the free throw line. Reminds me of some old Hanover offense. Shot off from the post, Jane Linshield as he turned around, put up the free throw line jumper. Quickly the other way, here comes Axtell. Good feed from Eli to Logan. And 4 points straight now for Logan Sandman as Central Christian wants a timeout. It's a full 60. We'll be back to our second broadcast feature here on KNDY FM at 95.5 after this word from our sponsor.
Planning new construction? If it's an outbuilding, storage, home addition, or a new home, the pros at Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber will help you put together everything you need from start to finish. They can help you with your design with recommendations and cost estimates, helping you find the right product at the right price. And it's delivered free for you when you're ready when you shop local. Everything you need for your dream home or a simple shed is at Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber. Visit with them today.
If your vehicle is looking like it just went through a money rally race, or perhaps it's been target practice for the neighborhood bird gang, then you need to get your car washed today at the Axtell Car Wash. The Axtell Car Wash has 2 enclosed self-service bays, even one size for semi-tractors. Just pull in, pay with your bank card, and wash all the dirt, mud, bugs, and bird stuff off your vehicles. You don't have to drive far to get a clean car. Just visit the Axtell Car Wash, proud supporter of the Axtell Eagles.
Always a big thank you to our Axtell sponsors here this weekend. Axtell boys looking good in their first game here out at Colby, 36-22. They shot very well last year. It stayed over 40% in every game, and so far here in this one, they're well over that mark. They went 9 for 12 in the first quarter, 75%, and it's continued here in the second as they have 5 makes in, I'm going to guess real quickly, about 9 attempts. Free throw line jumper off, no good from Central Christian. Brody Frazee going to knock it down. Eagles off and running. Sandman leaps away, shot up under the basket. He got a little bit too deep. That hit off the bottom of the backboard. 36-22 is our score. Valley Heights girls and Colgan are tied over on our sister station at 8 after one quarter. Bruce Deerking with that call. Jane Linfield knocks in a bucket. He's now got a cool 7 for the Cougars. (36-24) is our score here from first round action Class 1A Division II State Championship Tournament. 3 from Colin Shaughnessy, left corner is a miss off good rotation from the Eagles, and now we're going to have a foul called on Landon Schmitz, 90 feet away from the back court. No foul troubles for either team here early on, as that's only the first personal foul committed by Axtell in this quarter after only committing 3 in the first. And the winner of this game will go on to face the winner of our next game, Dighton and Lebo. Those were 2 teams that made the tournament last year. Of course, Axtell defeated Dighton in the third-place game. Dighton was top seed last year. Now they come in 3 seed here this season. Meanwhile, Axtell fell to Lebo in semifinal action, and Lebo went on to play second behind Cunningham. Shots missed by Pearson Huff inside, leads to a run out as Eli Brockman looking to run, slows down the attack here early on. Foul will be committed. Second personal now on Axtell. I don't know if I quite got that name right. Apologies on that one. We'll try and get it right here at second half. Brandon Schmelsley inside works his way right to the front of the rim. Shot no good, but Logan Salmon is there to put it down 4-2. Quickly here comes Central Christian, a little bit too quick. Landon Schmitz pulls us away. Lob to Schmelsley. He misses the lob. Good defense got back there by the Cougars. Now we're going to have a jump ball underneath the Axtell bucket. It'll go opposite rotation over to the Cougars. That's going to stay here, actually. Tucker Clark will check back into the contest. Final 48 seconds here of this first half. Again, coming up at a halftime. Yep, now we're going to switch it over to Central Christian. So coming up at halftime, we'll recap this first half of action. Get you ready for more state action here on KNDY coming up the rest of the week. Cougars break the pressure for the Eagles. Top side, Brady Frazee will set it up. Down. They're pounded by Landon Smith. Runs a little two-man game over on the far side. Pearson Huff then turns it over. Here comes Axtell at the rim. Can't finish Logan Sandman, but he's going to be fouled, and 2 free throws now coming for the big 6'4" sophomore. Pearson Huff picks up his second personal foul here in this first half. Logan Sandman at the line. 0 for 2 from the stripe. Axtell 2 for 4 as a team in that first quarter. First free throw off the front of the rim, no good. Looking for him. Rotation on it. Just won't drop down for Logan. Coming back into the game, the little Hughes Hunter Brown, 6-foot junior. He will check out Keaton Miller. Second free throw of Salmon. That's off the rim. No good. Off the back iron. So tried to compensate after short-arming it. It was 0 for 2. But off the rebound, a miscommunication between Linshield and Huff. It is a turnover back over to Axtell. They'll hold control underneath their own basket. Wyatt Detweiler will check into the ball game for Landon Schmitz. So here in the final 20 seconds, going to be Detweiler, Rockstrom, Smelsley, Sandman, and Shaughnessy. Flat 4 across the baseline. Quick pop out to Detweiler. Right back into Smelsley, but good hands on that baseline by Linshield. He'll tap it out again. We'll redo it underneath Axtell's back basket. Again, 14-point lead here for Axtell as we near halftime of this contest. They led by 10 at the end of the first quarter. Weathered a Hunt Central Christian storm in that second. Still hold on to this 14-point lead. Cougars force a turnover here by Axtell. They'll get a chance at the last shot. 6 on the clock, blocked by Brandon Schmelsley. Going to lead to a Shaughnessy 3 at the buzzer. No. Didn't quite go down there from Colin Shaughnessy. But a heck of a defensive effort by these Axtell Eagles. They hold Central Christian to just 24 at halftime. They lead by 14 through the end of our first half. Axtell up 38-24. They outscore Central Christian 14-10 in that second quarter. Again, your halftime score. Axtell boys leading Hutchinson Central Christian 38-24. We'll be back after this word from our sponsors.
As a farmer, you know you can never have too many tools. And when it comes to risk management, there's one vitally important tool: crop insurance. Your Rain and Hail independent agent can help you use crop insurance as a risk management tool to protect your business. To learn about the insurance tools available, call your local SPS insurance agent. You'll get crop insurance service from an agent that will help you protect what matters most. This agency is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
B&D Buildings of Axtell specializes in post-frame buildings. Give them a call for stud-framed buildings with complete concrete and electrical work included. It's one call to get the job done. B&D Buildings, specializing in post-frame building construction, plus repairs and more. Always free estimates. Give them a call. B&D Buildings of Axtell, 785-294-0147. B&D Buildings at 785-294-0147.
If your car says, I need fixed, call on Little Joe's Service in Axtell to fix it right. From routine maintenance to repairs of all types, Joe can serve your needs. Fast, friendly, and down-to-earth service with satisfied customers from all over the area. Turn to Little Joe's 66th Service in Axtell for any automotive repair needs. Proud supporters of the Axtell community, it's Little Joe's Service.
Have an accident with your vehicle? Call Moonlight Restoration and they'll take care of you with a free estimate, and they'll turn it in to the insurance company for you. You name it, they can do it. Fender benders, auto and tractor restoration, windshield repair or replacement, sandblasting, no job is too large or too small for Moonlight Restoration. If you want quality work done by skilled technicians, call Moonlight Restoration in Axtell, Kansas. Owned and operated by Brett and Nikki Runnebaum. Call 736-2359.
Western National Bank in Summerfield wants you to feel good about where you are with your money. Available when you need them and offering online and personal services, Western National Bank will make sure to keep you and your money happy. Call Western National Bank at 244-6211 to make your money smile. Member FDIC.
Max Blasky back with you here at halftime of our boys contest. It is Axtell up at half, leading 38-24. Just doing some quick math here to get you some halftime stats. Of course, we get official stats here from Colby, but I always like to see how we compare. And so far, this state tournament been doing pretty good. Ask me that on day number 4. We'll see how it goes. Axtell jumped out and was hotter than the surface of the sun in the first quarter. They go 9 for 12, 75% in that first quarter as they led 24-14. They came back to earth a little bit in that second quarter. They went 6 for 15, 40% now, shooting 55% on the game. But a balanced scoring attack as we're used to seeing from these Eagles. Eli Brocksherman has 9 points, all from behind the arc, as he is 3 for 6 from three-point range. 8 points for Logan Sandman. He had 6 in that second quarter. He is 0 for 4, though, from the free throw stripe. 7 points for Wyatt Detweiler, who had the first 4 of this contest. And then 6 points for Brandon Schmelsley and 6 for Colin Shaughnessy, as Colin hit 2 triples in that first quarter. He's 2 for 5 from behind the arc. And Landon Schmitz with a lone bucket in that first quarter. But Axtell's defense stymied as they hold a Hutch Central Christian team that averaged 45 points per game, right at their season average, 24 through the first half. And Axtell offense off and running, 38 already in that first half. We mentioned the free throws, probably only blemish I'm going to mention for the Eagles in that first half. Axtell goes 2 for 6 from the line. Sandman was 0 for 4. Meanwhile, Brandon Schmelsley was 2 for 2 from the stripe. And again, Axtell just started this game off hot. I have their first miss was a missed dunk attempt by Brandon Schmelsley on about shot number 8 in this contest, as he just dunked it a little bit too hard off the back of the rim and careening up into the sky. As for Hutch Central Christian, as we kind of figured too as well, balanced scoring attack, but I don't know if they've got the firepower right now in the first half showing to keep up with Axtell's. Axtell's running up and down this court. 7 points apiece, or 7 points for Jane Lynchfield, who leads the way for the Cougars. Lynchfield on the season only gets 7 points, so he's right at his season average. Axtell's holding leading scorer for the Cougars on the season, Pearson Huff, to just 6 points. That's about half of his average. So right on mark for the entire game. And if you know head coach Jason Tynan and his squad, they're going to take away option number 1, make everyone else beat them. 6 points, too, for Brody Frazee, and 5 points for Cal Barrett. Hutch Central Christian goes 9 for 20 in that first half, 45% from the field. They do go 2 for 3 from the stripe. Now, good enough for 67%. All those in the first quarter. Both teams get a little bite of the turnover bug. Central Christian was 8 in the first half and 7 for Axtell. We're going to take our final time out of this halftime. When we come back, give you a shout at how the Valley Heights girls are doing, as well as the Clifton Clyde boys, as Jesse Sternat up in Belleville has that call for KR 92. Again, at halftime here from Colby, Kansas, it's Axtell leading 39, Central Christian 24. We'll be back with second half action after this.
If you have plumbing, electrical, heating, or air conditioning service needs, call on the team at Eagle HVAC and Plumbing. Tyler and the crew can handle any project from backups, lights out, or heating and air conditioning service. With quick, friendly service to Axtell and all surrounding communities on both new and existing construction. Eagle HVAC also stocks a full line of name brand appliances, and they offer excavation work as well. Turn to Eagle HVAC and Plumbing of Axtell. Find them on Facebook.
When agricultural conservation work is needed on your farm, call Barry Bussing with Bussing Construction in Axtell, offering dozer services on terrace and waterways. Improve the value and resourcefulness of your farmland. Contact Barry Bussing today at 785-799-5205 for conservation work that'll build better practices for the future. That's Bussing Construction of Axtell, 785-799-5205.
Either an after-the-game stop or a midweek lunch option, head over to Ace's Bar and Grill in Axtell. Serving up juicy burgers, fresh wraps, crisp salads, or stiff drinks made just the way you like them. Whether it's a quick lunch or a night out, Ace's is your go-to spot. Open for lunch Tuesday through Friday and suppers Wednesday through Saturday. Make Ace's Bar and Grill in Axtell the place for delicious eats, great drinks, and good times. Follow the Facebook page for daily specials and menu options.
Axtell Truss has the experience to provide custom-built trusses for any application. Put them to work with your next project. Let them help design the right pitch, length, and number of trusses to suit your needs. They can turn out more complicated designs and configurations as well. All are solidly built in their enclosed shop with roll-off delivery to your site available. They also assure the best materials and quality construction, completed on your schedule. Call today for a quote or more information at 785-736-2291. That's Axtell Truss.
Halftime score here from Colby, still 38-24. Want to pass along for you score updates elsewhere around the state, courtesy of Jeff Wirtz over at the TVL Sports Spotlight. Go ahead and check him out on Facebook. Just search TVL Spotlight. At halftime, it is the Valley Heights girls trailing St. Mary's Colgan 20-16. Mustang second half team. We'll see if 7 seed can play spoiler over 2 seed in that one. Meanwhile, over in the Class 1A Division I bracket out at Dodge City, we already saw the Frankfort boys fall in that one. It is the Clifton Clyde boys trailing South Central at halftime. Is right here in front of me, 24-16. For Clifton Clyde, the 7-seed, 2-seeded South Central. We already saw 5-seeded Frankfort fall to 4-seeded Central plays. So boys not having near as good a luck as the girls did last night. Here's an opening play, up and down for Logan Sandman on the good little backdoor screen. Wyatt Detweiler found his intended target and dropped it in for 2 there for Sandman as he's over double digits here in this one. Again, he is one of 4 Eagles that averages double digits on the season, with Colin Shaughnessy leading the way at 14.5 points per game. Inside, good little take there from Brody Frazee. He got right past Landon Schmitz, and now here's pressure out front, poked away, taken at the other end, but blocked by Brandon Schmelzy. But we're going to have a foul called as Rylan Kuhlman took it away from Schmelzy out top. But again, those sports updates brought to you by Jeff Wirtz over at the TVL Sports Spotlight. Check it out on Facebook while you're over there. Like the Candy Wyatt Facebook page, too, as well. And as always, tune in every Thursday about 7:25, 12:20, and 5:20 for the TVL Rundown, hosted by me, Max Lasky, and Jeff Wirtz, the TVL Spotlight. We give you an in-depth look at all the action inside the Twin Valley League, and it's going to be another full spring as baseball season will soon be upon us here at the end of basketball season. Detweiler turnover there off of the break. Detweiler solid assist-to-turnover ratio at 2 so far here on the season. Just got the assist moments before. It's already had a few here tonight, so I'm sure we're close to that here. But Axtell has 4 players that average more assists than turnovers on the season and well over at 1.5 per contest. Here's a turnover forced by Schmidt that leads to a Brandon Schmelsley 3. No, off the rim, no good. Sandman continuing to fight. He can't pull down that offensive guard. And it'll go over to Central Christian. Courtesy of the man himself, Jeff Wirtz. He said he's going to have a new podcast or had a new podcast up this morning, too, as well. He may mention that earlier this morning. Sometimes a friend of mine just forgets. So go ahead and check out that new podcast over at the TVL Spotlight. Let me get my words out here real quick. TVL Spotlight Facebook page as well as TVL Spotlight.blog online. You can check those out. I believe they're also available on many streaming services as well. 40-28 lead still here for the Eagles. 6:11 left to play. Shot inside is going to be missed by Schmelsley. He's a quick 0 for 2 from the floor to start this second half. Again, it was the hot start for Axtell. I mentioned it in the opening. Eagles, on average, jump out to a 17-9 lead in the first 8 minutes. They jumped out to a 24-14 lead here in this one and have just continued to work their way into this lead. Three is going to be missed by Pearson Huff at the other end. Schmelsley right to the rim. No. Logan Sandman, no, misses the bunny, but gets another offensive board, and we're going to have another possession here for the Eagles. Top side, Eli Broxman will get us rocking and rolling. Now all the way right corner, it's going to be mishandled, taken away by Kuman. Kuman off and running for Hutch Central Christian, a little runner for the senior. He had no points in the first half, comes out here with a quick 4 as the Cougars have outscored Axtell 6-2 to start this second half. Eli, a quick trigger 3 on the left wing. That will be off the rim, no good. Over the top of the backboard. We're going to go with Colin Shaughnessy, first one off the bench for Logan Sandman. A little late now, but of course both teams started the way they started this contest. Same starting 5 both ways. Starting to see subs now here in this one. Baseball pass taken in, and it's going to be an opportunity for Central Christian. Shot missed at the rim, though. Getting his own offensive board is Pearson Huff, and he's going to be hacked by Wyatt Detweiler. I don't want to say Axtell came out flat at halftime. I saw that in the Hanover contest earlier tonight. Head coach Jason Tynan had to take a quick time, head coach Corey Jensen had to take a quick timeout, looking across the court at head coach Tynan there to see if he would. Doesn't look like he intends to, as Axtell has yet to take a timeout in this contest. Detweiler picks up his first personal foul, at the line. Pearson Huff, first trip here tonight from the lefty, puts it up, drops down the back half of 2. Central Christian good from the line here in this one early on. Outside Shaughnessy, left wing, Broxman attack baseline, now kicked out top to Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy step through, contact foul will be called. No shot on the attack, but a call baseline as Pearson Huff will be flagged for his third personal foul. First team foul for Central Christian on the third quarter. Detweiler takes it left corner. Schmelsley skip past 3. No. Landon Schmidt's there skying for the offensive board. And another possession saved by this Axtell Eagles team. If I can find the stat quick enough real quick. Now I can't. Don't have quite the offensive boards per game stat that I thought I did. But Eagles get after it. And now they force a turnover. Central took it away off of the missed shot from the Eagles. Tucker Clark and Cal Barnett going to be the first called, second called off of the bench for Central Christian. Topside, Broxman will get us going right to the rim. Shot no good there for Eli Broxman. And now Axtell cold here in the second half as this lead is down to 9 here for the Eagles. Now the fourth team foul will be committed by Eli Broxman in this quarter. That's going to be his second personal. But Axtell in threat of throwing Central Christian to the line here in the final 4:09. Central real inbound in front of their own bench over on the far side of the court. Cougars working left to right as we view it here from Media Row in Colby, Kansas. In beautiful facility. Had a great week start to the week so far. Going to be a good finish, too, as well. The know it. Tough D here, just as the Axtell faithful are chanting behind me. Good man-to-man stripe here from the Eagles. Shaughnessy getting handsy outside against Cal Barnett. Barnett gets away from the defense, though. Now kicks it in the corner. Huff. Huff back. It's on in the rotation. Ends up in the hand. Right side of Kuhman. Kuhman backing down his defender. Shot off. No good from the senior. Off and running. Here comes Axtell. Detweiler comes up with the loose ball. At the rim, no good. No contact again as he was met at the rim. Fast break ran perfectly for Central, but they can't finish this one off. And now we're going to have a stoppage in the action. What do we got going on? I think a foul will be committed. Thought we were going to get a jump ball. The personal foul will be committed on Ryan Kuhman. His first personal foul. We got a lot of hands-on hits here to start the third quarter. Again, Axtell led 38-24 at the start of this quarter break, but so far it has been Central Christian Cougars outscoring the Eagles 2-7 here, or 7-2 here in the third. Sandman, good little throw in from Eli Brocksterman, and Sandman finishes it off with a bucket and one opportunity for Logan. Luke Eistig, I think is how they're going with the name on that one. That's going to be his third personal foul. As now Pearson Huff will go to the line with 3 fouls himself. Sandman here at the free throw line. Yes, switch ends the courts does work. Logan is 0 for 4 from the line in the first half. Now here 1 for 1 to start the second. Timeout is taken by head coach Jason Tynan. We'll take it with him. Here at the 3:02 mark in this third quarter, Axtell Eagles in the lead, 43-31.
When you start a plumbing or electrical project, make sure that you have what you need to get the job done. If you don't have everything you need, Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber can help. Stocking a full line of electrical wiring, switches, boxes, and everything to the fixtures and even light bulbs. For that plumbing task, there's pipes, connectors and joints, faucets, toilets, and accessories. From an installation or remodel to a simple repair, get the plumbing and electrical supplies you need at one stop at Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber.
If your vehicle is looking like it just went through a money rally race, or perhaps it's been target practice for the neighborhood bird gang, then you need to get your car washed today at the Axtell Car Wash. The Axtell Car Wash has 2 enclosed self-service bays, even one size for semi-tractors. Just pull in, pay with your bank card, and wash all the dirt, mud, bugs, and bird stuff off your vehicles. You don't have to drive far to get a clean car. Just visit the Axtell Car Wash, proud supporter of the Axtell Eagles.
Coming out of the timeout here, big block by Logan Sandman, but he's going to be whistled for the foul. His hustle play made by Landon Schmitz already the second or third time we've seen Schmitz and Detweiler go diving on the court. Just this one was in the backcourt. It didn't force the turnover, but it did show a lot more energy coming out of that timeout. I made mention about that maybe moments ago, too, as well. It looks like Axtell looked a little nostalgic coming out of the halftime break. Of course, when you're up 14, sometimes tend to do that with high school kids. Went on a long scoring drought there and come out with some defensive pressure to try and energize the Eagles here in the final about 10 minutes of this ball game. Back-to-back free throws are missed by Tucker Clark. Goes 0 for 2 from the stripe at the other end. Chauncey tries to feed it. The Brocksterman's going to be knocked out of bounds and stay with Axtell. Reminder of this the winner of this contest will take on either 3-seeded Dighton or 6-seeded Lebo. Eli fires up a 3, rim no good. Tipped out by Landon Schmitz. Even a possession line for the Eagles. Of course, Axtell wants another crack at Lebo, but Dighton comes in, one of the top teams here in the state of Kansas this season. They finished the regular season ranked as the 5th best team in the Kansas coaches' polls. As Dighton comes in 20-3 and Lebo 13-9. Dighton last season was at this tournament too as well. They fell to eventual champion Cunningham before falling to Axtell in the third and fourth place game. Dighton was the top seed. Axtell was the 2 seed. But Axtell won a crack at a championship here this year. Curl route, short corner shot. Eli Broxterman gets it going. Knocks down that 2-pointer, and now Brandon Smelsley takes it away on the backcourt. Shaughnessy to the rim. Can't finish that one, but tipped out and saved here by Eli. Eli cross-court skip pass to Brandon. Brandon inside, hangs up and one for Brandon Smelsley. An opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play, and this whole possession started with his hustle on the inbound to force away that bucket. You know, I was going to mention a little earlier on about the 2-point shooting percentage. Of course, actually, we talked so much about the three as Smelsley misses the free throw, but Landon Smith saves it, and then Smelsley tried to go behind his head to Logan Sandman. It's a turnover. Axtell. And we're going to have a timeout. So we're going to take a quick 30-second break. When we come back, we'll finish that thought on the shooting percentages on Axtell. They lead here big, though, by 16. 1:53 left to go in the third.
The answer is yes. SBS.
At SBS Insurance, we believe in service beyond the sale. We are fortunate to have multiple competitive companies to quote your personal, farm, business, and life insurance needs. By taking advantage of our annual renewal review, you can rest assured that you have the right coverage for the most competitive rate. Contact your local SBS office today to see how we can provide you service beyond the sale.
SBS Insurance, the home team. The answer is yes.
Max Blasky back with you here from Colby, Kansas. So that final thought on shooting percentages from Axtell. They have 3 players that shoot over 32% from behind the arc. Colin Shaughnessy, Wyatt Detweiler, and Eli Brocksterman. Very good. They got 4 players that shoot at over 57% from the line, led by Landon Schmitz at 66%. But 2-point field goal percentages on the season. Axtell has 5 players that shoot it over 55% inside the line. They have 4 players that shoot it over 60% from inside the arc. That's Brandon Smelsley, Landon Schmitz, Logan Sandman, and Colin Shaughnessy. Joe Lieberger, the last one. But the 4 mentioned before, all but Schmitz, have over 110 attempts inside the 2-point line this season. So I mentioned it in the first quarter. Axtell does like to shoot the 3, and most teams will try and take that away, but it really starts inside with this Axtell squad. They like to pound it inside and kick out for those triples. Little floater inside is missed. Offensive putback, though, by Jaden Linshield. His first bucket in quite a while for the Cougars. Axtell, I believe, here in this contest, getting outscored well in this third quarter. Brocksterman misses the 3. No one gets back there as a runner, but Central does not see it. And continuing that trend here in this contest, shooting percentages in that first half again, Axtell was 53% as a team, but they out-rebounded Central Christian 20-8 in that first half as they continued to pound it inside. Wyatt Detweiler will check in for the Eagles off a dead ball, went out of bounds off. I thought it was going to be a kick from Schmelsley, but it went all the way into the Eagles bench. Nonetheless, Central Christian will bring it across left to right now, across the timeline. Final 42 seconds of this third quarter here from Colby, Kansas. 14-point lead for Eagles. They've been in the lead the entire way. A little slithering inside. Shot will be no good from Cal Barnett, but a foul will be called as Eli Brocksterman got his hands on Barnett. Barnett will go to the stripe for 2 free throws. This will be free throw attempt number 7 and 8 for Central Christian in this contest. And the Cougars came into this game 13-10 on the season. I mentioned it, probably one of the hottest teams in this tournament as they took out 8-seeded Otis Bison, top-seeded Weston, who's a top 10 team in the state of Kansas, and 5th-seeded Wallace County in their sub-state, but they drew the Axtell Eagles, who are on a mission this season. Barnett goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. He's now got 7 points. And Eagles most likely hold for this last shot. Sandman topside, looking for a little help. Swings it right wing into the hands of Colin Shaughnessy. Man-to-man defense here by Central. Topside Schmidt. He's going to fire a 3 off the rim. No good. Offensive board, though. Ripped down Brandon Schmelsley. Kicks it out. Detweiler 3. No, that's off the rim. No good. One more save by the Eagles. No. Axtell goes 0-4 on their final possession here in the third quarter. It's all Axtell, though, as we go into the final stanza. Eagles leading 47-35 here with 8 more minutes left to play live from Colby.
B&D Buildings of Axtell specializes in post-frame buildings. Give them a call for stud-framed buildings with complete concrete and electrical work included. It's one call to get the job done. B&D Buildings, specializing in post-frame building construction, plus repairs and more. Always free estimates. Give them a call. B&D Buildings of Axtell, 785-294-0147. B&D Buildings at 785-294-0147.
If your car says, I need fixed, call on Little Joe's Service in Axtell to fix it right. From routine maintenance to repairs of all types, Joe can serve your needs. Fast, friendly, and down-to-earth service with satisfied customers from all over the area. Turn to Little Joe's 66th Service in Axtell for any automotive repair needs. Proud supporters of the Axtell community, it's Little Joe's Service.
Have an accident with your vehicle? Call Moonlight Restoration and they'll take care of you with a free estimate, and they'll turn it into the insurance company for you. You name it, they can do it. Fender benders, auto and tractor restoration, windshield repair or replacement, sandblasting. No job is too large or too small for Moonlight Restoration. If you want quality work done by skilled technicians, call Moonlight Restoration in Axtell, Kansas. Owned and operated by Brett and Nikki Runnebaum. Call 736-2359.
Start of the fourth quarter. Good-looking shot here from Brody Frazee. He has now an even 10 points in this contest. Axtell gets outscored in that quarter 11-9, and their shooting really came back down to earth. They only go 4 for 18 from the floor. That's only 22% in that third quarter. But again, they only get outscored by 2, so they lead by 12 starting this fourth quarter before that Frazee bucket makes it 10. Detweiler gets downhill, kicks it out left corner. Schmidt's a 3. He got it. Bottoms from Landon Schmidt. He's perfect from the floor. Only 2 shots, but very selective from the junior guard. Leading scorer now in the game as Detweiler packs it away. Back to Schmitz, now back to Detweiler. Detweiler misses. Schmitz there for the offensive board, but in 2 tries, Axtell can't get it to drop down off the turnover from Central Christian. Now another turnover, Central. That Schmelsley to Broxman. Schmelsley's going to be hammered at the line and earn a trip to the free throw stripe. Axtell goes 1 for 2 from that place in the third quarter. He's getting ready to say leading scorer in the contest so far is Logan Sandman with 13 points, 11 from Eli Broxman, both in double digits here. Brandon Schmelsley with 8, misses the first one from the line. Leading scorer for Central, it's Jane Linshield with 9, 8 for Brody Frazee, 7 apiece for Cal Barnett off the bench, and Pearson Huff for the junior. Schmelsley goes 1 for 2, knocks down the back half there for Brandon. He's now 3 for 5 from the free throw line. Pressure full court applied by Eli Broxman. Gets up in the grill of Ryan Kuman. Kuman trouble with it as he tries to get it off to Frazee. It goes off his feet. Turnover, Central Christian. And head coach for the Cougars, John Walker, wants to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. It's a full timeout. We'll be back here in 60 seconds. KNDY FM 95.5.
Western National Bank in Summerfield wants you to feel good about where you are with your money. Available when you need them and offering online and personal services, Western National Bank will make sure to keep you and your money happy. Call Western National Bank at 244-6211 to make your money smile. Member FDIC.
If you have plumbing, electrical, heating, or air conditioning service needs, call on the team at Eagle HVAC and Plumbing. Tyler and the crew can handle any project from backups, lights out, or heating and air conditioning service. With quick, friendly service to Axtell and all surrounding communities on both new and existing construction. Eagle HVAC also stocks a full line of name brand appliances, and they offer excavation work as well. Turn to Eagle HVAC and Plumbing of Axtell. Find them on Facebook.
We've got a tight ball game over on our sister station, AM 1570, FM 94.1. Sports update brought to you by the TVL Sports Spotlight. 32-all in the Class 2A girls action down from Bramlage Coliseum. It's the 7th-seeded Lady Mustangs knotted up with 2-seeded St. Mary's Colgan at 32-zip with 2:52 left in that ball game. So I don't blame you one bit if you want to swing on over there. Check out Bruce Dierkin in the final call. If you're listening to us online, pop on over to the FM 94.1 AM 1570 stream. Or if you're in the app, just pop on over to the same position. Inside, Logan Sandman gets an and one opportunity now off the pretty assist from Eli Brockstrom. Sandman now with 15 points in this contest. Let's see if he can fix his free throw woes here in this one as Cal Barnett picks up now his third personal foul. Sandman at the line knocks down that free throw. He finishes the old-fashioned three-point play. Landon Schmitz will check back in for Axtell. Again, coming up here at the end of our broadcast, we'll recap this one as well. Get you ready for action tomorrow, as it'll be second-round action for both boys and girls here from Colby before championship Saturday is quickly upon us. Main mention, 4 days works pretty fast when you're covering high school basketball. All Axtell in this one, 54-37. Central Christian still fighting here. They have not given up. Of course, their first trip to state since 2017. Here's fight continuing as Tucker Clark, face mask and all, pops in an old-fashioned three-point play as Logan Sandman will pick up his second personal foul. First shot up and down for Clark. That's off the rim, no good, but it's struck down in the corner by Pearson Huff. Another opportunity here for the Cougars. Trailing 54-39. Three thought about it far side by Ryland Kuhlman. Kuhlman now hands off top side to Brody Frazee. Frazee will be guarded man-to-man by Eli Brockstrom, who came out here hot in this contest and has went for 9 points in the first half, all from behind the arc as two players for Central Christian go tumbling. Shot was going to be missed by Huff as his own player came up from under him and took out his legs. Everyone's good. No harm, no foul, no blood. Haven't seen too much blood this year already in basketball season. Saw Logan Balco kid pop his mouth off the floor down in Teskin. Saw a bloody nose here earlier today from Cunningham, but other than that, haven't been too much action here for the athletic trainers. Wild pass is going to end up here in the media row. Turnover for Axtell. Good save there. Protect my radio-looking face. Axtell's 11th turnover here in this contest under their season average of 14 as they look to hold on to this first-round win. Stop the baseline. Now kicks out top side is Kuhlman. Kuhlman gives it off to Huff. Huff gives a little throw action with Frazee. Frazee inside. A little hand check foul will be called by the top side ref. That'll go on, I believe it's Eli Brockstrom, fixing up his fourth personal foul. That'll be second team foul from Axtell, and Wyatt Detweiler will quickly come off the bench for Coach Jason Tynan's squad. He's going to check Eli with those 4. And down underneath the own basket, Frazier will be trigger man. He goes all the way to half court with an tracked down by Barnett. Barnett hands off to Kuhlman, left side. Little weave action out top now happening for the Cougars, and a big block by Logan Sandman. He was sitting there waiting for it. It leads to a run-out Wyatt Detweiler, and just like that, a 4-point swing in favor by Axtell pushes this lead back up to 13 in first-round action. Right into the teeth of the defense, though, by Ryan Kuhlman, the 5'8 senior, not afraid of contact. Old-fashioned three-point play will drop down as Landon Schmitz will be whistled for his second personal foul. Ryan Kuhlman, a 5'8 senior, had no points in the first half, 4 in the third quarter, his first bucket now in this final stanza. Again, it's an experienced Hutchinson Central Christian team as Kuhlman misses the free throw, but then a travel will be called on Brandon Schmelsley. But a Cougars team that boasts 4 seniors in the starting lineup and 1 off the bench in Tucker Clark. Again, their first trip here to state since 2017. They actually went 5 straight years there with a trip to state from 2013 to 17. But since then, the well has been dry for the Cougars. But again, maybe one of the biggest stories here at state as they knocked off higher seeds, 3 higher seeds in their sub-state. 3 will be missed. Huff leads to a run-out Eagles. At the rim, Schmelsley through the contact, puts it down. Now 11 here for Brandon. It's up to a 17-point lead. Final 3:30 left to play. A reminder, Valley Heights was in a tight one with St. Mary's Colgan over on our sister station AM 1570. It was knotted up at 32, I believe, last check I had. Yeah, 32 with just 3 minutes left. So I don't blame you. You can pop over there. Check out that last couple minutes from Bruce Dierking. All Eagles in this one, up by 17. Looking to punch their ticket to weekend action. They will take on either Dighton or Lebo. Lebo knocked Axtell to the loser side of the bracket last year. Axtell turned around and defeated Dighton in championship action, in third and fourth place game by 8. 3-ball right corner is an air ball from Brody Frazee. And now Eagles will take their time. Detweiler across the timeline, right to left. Melsley right ring gets a screen from Sandman. Good backdoor cut from Shaughnessy. Shot's not going to happen as a foul will be called on Central Christian. Cal Barnett will pick up his 4th personal foul. And coming up here at the end of this broadcast, we will recap this one as well as get you ready for more action. Shaughnessy left wide open on a corner 3. No, but Landon Smith, an offensive board. Smith's well overshoots Schmelsley, though, as it'll be a turnover. Axtell out top. As Shaughnessy, leading scorer on this team at 14.6 per game, held with just 6 in this one. I don't even want to say held. He had 2 triples in the first quarter, and this Axtell team, such a balanced attack that they can let players like Eli Brockshman get 11, Logan Sandman now with 16 in this game, really carry the load for the Eagles. 3 from the right corner is going to be off wildly. It's taken in by Sandman. Sandman hounded at the defensive end, turns it over, and Brody Frazee, who missed that 3, puts it in for 2 off of the turnover. A late timeout will be called, 32nd one here. And we will decide to keep it right here in the final 2:07 of this contest. Mentioned I was going to tell you what our broadcast schedule looks like tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and give you a little bit of a preview of it. It's going to start with the Lynn girls and Attica girls at 2 p.m., followed up by the Hanover girls and Lebo girls at 6. And then should Axtell hold on to this 15-point lead in the final 2 minutes, they will have the final contest of the night at 8 o'clock here from Colby, Kansas. So that's how it looks like over here our station, FM at 95.5. Meanwhile, over on our sister station, AM 1570, FM 94.1. If the Valley Heights girls hold on for that upset victory over two-seeded St. Mary's Colgan, it would be Valley Heights playing either Chase County or Donovan West at 8 p.m. Late game in that one for Bruce Deerking. Here in this one, Landon Smith all alone at the other end, drops it in for two. Good eyes there from Brandon Schmelzley. Again, leads this Axtell team at 2.5 assists per game. In the first half alone, Schmelzley had two assists, as Axtell had 10 assists in the first half on 15 made field goals. Of course, we'll have total and complete recap of this game with official stats just as soon as the game's over. 3 missed battling for Central Christian at the other end. Brandon Schmelzley gets above the rim. Calling over here at the dunk call ready, but Schmelzley just walks it in, and that's going to be it. As head coach Jason Tynan goes to the bench, it's going to be the final 5 in for Axtell as they come away with this game. Here, Shaughnessy, alley-oop to Smith. He won't finish this one off either, as we were ready to call it dunk, but good assist from Colin Shaughnessy. Timeout taken by Jason Tynan as the Axtell faithful come to their feet. The day is done for these Axtell starters as they have earned this victory here in Colby, Kansas. We're going to keep it here during this timeout. Let you know that we will switch over to KU basketball at the Big 12 Championship contest as they take on Arizona. That game will be live here with pregame starting at 8 o'clock. You can catch that game right here on FM at 95.5. Tip will be set for 8:30 between the Wildcats and the Jayhawks in that one. Subs are in for Axtell. It is going to be Joe Liebarger, Gavin Shaughnessy, Dalton Heinen, go along with Lucas Talbot. And I had it here real quick. Who's my other one here? Blaze Bussing. 444 Hutch Central Christian knocks this one down. We're going to celebrate a late 3 while you're down by almost 20, but tomato in this one. Joe Liebarger at the other end drops it in for a deuce himself. Sophomore playing time here for head coach Jason Tynan. But again, it's been a good day for the Axtell Eagles starters as they are done for the night and will earn a trip to face off against either Dighton or Lebo tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Steal by Liebarger. Feeds it to Gavin Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy at the rim, up and under on his second attempt. No, fighting for it is Blaze Bussing, but it's going to be a miss, and that's how this contest ends. Axtell Eagles run away with the game. Final 66-46. It's a 20-point victory for the Eagles here in this one. Again, your final score, Axtell runs away with their first round game from the Class 1A Division II Sub-State action from Colby. Your final score, 66-46. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, recap this broadcast and get you ready for KU basketball coming up here at the top of the hour.
When agricultural conservation work is needed on your farm, call Barry Bussing with Bussing Construction in Axtell, offering dozer services on terrace and waterways. Improve the value and resourcefulness of your farmland. Contact Barry Bussing today at 785-799-5205 for conservation work that'll build better practices for the future. That's Bussing Construction of Axtell, 785-799-5205.
Either an after-the-game stop or a midweek lunch option, head over to Ace's Bar and Grill in Axtell. Serving up juicy burgers, fresh wraps, crisp salads, or stiff drinks made just the way you like them. Whether it's a quick lunch or a night out, Ace's is your go-to spot. Open for lunch Tuesday through Friday and suppers Wednesday through Saturday. Make Aces Bar and Grill in Axtell the place for delicious eats, great drinks, and good times. Follow the Facebook page for daily specials and menu options.
Warm weather is on the way, and it's time for spring cleaning. Cut down on clutter by signing up for paperless billing with Blue Valley Technologies. Tired of mail delays? No need to worry, with monthly invoices being sent directly to your email. Sign up before April 30th for paperless billing by changing your account settings online at bluevalley.net or call our office at 877-876-1228 and receive a one-time $20 bill credit.
Since 1976, Olmsted Real Estate and Auctions has been your farm and home marketing team. Let the experienced family team of Tom and Rob Olmsted and brother-in-law Tom Kirkland guide you when buying or selling a home or farmland. Delivering timely, honest, and professional guidance, visit olmstedrealestate.com to view current listings and auctions. Your farm and home marketing team is Olmsted Real Estate and Auctions.
310, sold 300. That's fire 5-2.
Max Blasky back with you here from Colby, Kansas on FM at 95.5. Again, it's the Axtell boys running away with this one, 66 to 46. Eagles led 38-24 at half. They did get outscored in the third quarter, 11-9, but they outscored Hutchinson Central Christian 19-11 in that final stanza. Central Christian ends their season 13-12 in their first trip back to state since 2017. This is the best finish for Central Christian since the 2019-20 season, where they went 15-9, and it was a heck of a run there for the Cougars. Looking at stats in this contest, it was 12 points from Brody Frazee, who led the way in scoring this season, as the senior ends his career with 12 points, 9 points for Jaden Linshield, 7 points for Pearson Huff, 6 points for Brody Frazee, 7 as well for Cal Barnett, 2 for Tucker Clark, and a late triple thrown in there by Cale Kuhlman there at the end of the contest. Central Christian ends up going 37% from the field in the contest, 8 for 24 in the second half. They were 45% in the first half, as Axtell's defense was just stymied. They forced 14 turnovers for Central Christian, but I think the number that pokes out to me is the total rebound. 43 rebounds for Axtell in this contest, 21 for Central Christian, as the Eagles got out and ran, and they showed their physicality and their dominance here in this one. Leading scorer for Axtell was Brandon Schmelsley. He had 15 points, 9 rebounds. Actually, leading scorer was Logan Sandman. He had 16 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks to go along with 3 turnovers. So double-double for Sandman. Also a double-double for Eli Brocksterman. He pitches in 11 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists for the sharpshooting guard for Axtell. He had 3 triples in this contest, and I'll mention it on tomorrow's broadcast. He had 14 in 3 games last year down at Great Bend, which ranked 3rd all-time in Kansas high school tournament history. We'll see what he can do here out at Colby. Other scorers for Axtell, we mentioned it, 11 for Eli, 9 points for Wyatt Detweiler, who also had 6 assists, 7 points for Landon Smith, who had 4 assists. They combined for 10 of the 21 assists on the game for Axtell, 6 points for Colin Shaughnessy, and 2 for Joseph Weibarger at the end of this game. But again, I think what sticks out to me, rebounds for Axtell, they more than doubled up Central Christian, 43 to 21, and 19 offensive rebounds for Axtell, assisted on, give me a quick second here, 21 of Axtell's 27 attempts or field goal makes in this game. So ball was moving, ball was finding shooters, kind of lagged there in the third quarter. But again, Axtell led 24-14 at the end of the first quarter. Be honest, I can say it now since the game over. Felt like the game was over at that point as Axtell just too dominant here in this one. Again, Axtell ties a school record with 23 wins in this one as they move on to 23-1 after this win. They can set the school record if they get a win over either Dighton or Lebo coming up tomorrow. Winner of that game will play here next right in front of us. Of course, history between both of those teams. Axtell lost to Lebo in semifinal action last year, held them to, I think, their lowest scoring total or second lowest all season at just 38. That was last year. This is this year. So we'll see what happens in that one. But Axtell, a dominating first-round win, 20-point advantage, 66-46 in this game as Hutchinson Central Christian finishes 13-10 on the season. Axtell moves on to 23-1. We're going to take a timeout. Actually, I'm wrong here on that state title. This is only win number 22. Sometimes the math isn't near as good as I think it is. This is only win number 22 for Axtell. So they can tie the school record coming up tomorrow that was set last year when Axtell finished 23-3, or they can set the school record if they pick up 2 more victories. We're going to take our final time out, get you prepared for KU basketball coming up. And again, in this contest, Axtell wins 66-46.
Earning a degree is easy with Highland Community College. Highland offers multiple locations and technical training across northeast Kansas. Can't make it to campus? No problem with Highland's online classes. Live out of state? Pay one low rate of $126 per credit hour. Enrollment is open now, so visit us at highlandcc.edu. Highland Community College. Close to home, far from debt.
Cattle sales Thursdays at Marysville Livestock Incorporated. For upcoming consignment listings, go online to marysvillelivestock.com or call the sale barn if you're listing early consignments. Contact sale barn manager Jim Dollinghouse or any of their fieldmen. Marysville Livestock Incorporated, featuring cattle sales on Thursdays. For additional information and early consignments, go online to marysvillelivestock.com.
Tough Midwest lawns need tough American-made mowing equipment. This year, ride with the best on a new Hustler mower from Blue Valley Trailers in Waterville. Hustler provides top-of-the-line cutting performance while also offering first-in-class comfortable designs. With a full line of residential and commercial zero-turn options, Blue Valley Trailers can have you on a new Hustler in no time or service the one you have. See what options are available at BlueValleyTrailers.com or stop by the showroom on the east side of Waterville. Hustler mowers work as hard as you. Find the right model today at Blue Valley Trailers.
Landall Company in Marysville is now hiring for various positions. Excellent pay, growth potential, and outstanding benefits that include annual wage reviews, incentive bonus with 60% of profits given back to employees, attendance bonus, comprehensive insurance plan with $500 deductible, paid time off, paid holidays, 401k, and much more. Apply online at landall.com or phone 785-562-5381. EEO Vets and Disability, welcome.
Dr. Brittany here with Marysville Dental Care, where your family's health is our top priority. Dr. Zach, our team, and I are the family dental home you've always been looking for.
Our comprehensive dental care is designed to serve all of your dental needs. Whether it's a routine cleaning, braces, or cosmetic work, we provide the highest quality of care with a comfortable experience. Visit our office across from the Marysville Courthouse or go to marysvilledentalcare.com to schedule a visit.
Have the smile you've always wanted with our team by your side.
A big thank you to our Axtell sponsors bringing you this broadcast here tonight. Axtell Trust, Axtell and Hometown Lumber, SBS Insurance of Seneca, B&D Buildings, Brad Brocksterman, the Axtell Car Wash, Little Joe's Service, Moonlight Restoration, Western National Bank, Eagle HVAC and Plumbing, Barry Bussing Construction, Aces Cafe, along with our state sponsors, Blue Valley Technologies, Rob Olmsted Real Estate, Highland Community College, Marysville Livestock Incorporated, Blue Valley Trailers, Landall Company, Marysville Dental Care, and Landall Company. I think I just said them, but got a score update to pass along for you. Valley Heights girls lose in a heartbreaker, to second-seeded St. Mary's Colgan. That was a game knotted up at 32 late in that contest. But again, the Valley Heights girls fall in first-round action, 41-37 to St. Mary's Coleman. But there's going to be a lot of experience back for that Mustangs team coming up next season. And, of course, a big congratulations. Head coach Jordan Brockman, something hard to do. 6 trips to state in 8 years under Coach Brockman. So that means our broadcast schedule is clean tomorrow. I'm going to be the only one online here from Colby. It's going to start off our day at 2 p.m. with the Lynn girls versus Attica girls at 2 o'clock. Then at 6 o'clock, the Lebo girls and the Hanover girls match up in what has been a state championship game the last 2 years. This is going to be a state semifinal contest between the Wolves and the Wildcats. And then our last broadcast of the night is going to be a boys game, Axtell boys versus either Dighton or Lebo. Of course, I mentioned it through the broadcast. Lebo got Axtell last year at state. Axtell wants another crack at the Wolves. Dighton was the team that Axtell got by in the 3rd and 4th place game last season. Again, closing out our broadcast here tonight, the Hanover boys fell earlier this evening 62-57. That was a heartbreaking game. Hanover was tied at 57 in the final 40 seconds, but a step-back bank-in 3 from the left wing from super senior Ty Romero, one of the best players in the state of Kansas, dropped it in, and then a steal and a dunk finished it off for Romero as he had 36 points in that game. Hanover fell in their first trip to state in 3 years under head coach Corey Jensen, 62-57. But the reason is because Axtell has knocked out Hanover of sub-state the last 2 seasons in sub-state championship action. And in our second broadcast, it was all Axtell boys as they move on to, even the program says 23-1, so we'll see what score they got. They move on with a 20-point victory over Hutchinson Central Christian, 66-46, led in part by double-doubles from Logan Sandman, Eli Brockman, and 15 from Brandon Schmelsley. We're going to sign off here from Colby, Kansas. Tune in tomorrow, though, for more high school basketball action as well as wall-to-wall coverage of semifinal action. Stay tuned. KU Jayhawks take over the airways at 8 o'clock with tip-off between them and Arizona in semifinal action from the Big 12 tournament down in Kansas City. Did Hanover boys lose earlier tonight? Axtell boys come away with the win. This has been Max Blasty on KNDY Radio FM at 95.5. Thank you all for tuning in as we sign off today. Go Eagles, and we'll see you tomorrow for more basketball coverage from Colby, Kansas.
KNDY.